Ryota, a young man struggling with a whirlwind of emotions, had always felt overwhelmed by life's uncertainties. His thoughts were like waves crashing upon him, relentless and unyielding. Desperate for relief, he traveled to Master Daichi's temple. The journey was long, but the hope of finding peace kept him moving. When he arrived, his heart was heavy, and he felt as though he was carrying the weight of the world. At the temple, Ryota found Master Daichi meditating beneath an ancient pine tree, his face serene and full of wisdom. "Master," Ryota began, bowing deeply, "I have come seeking peace. My mind is like a storm, and I can't find calm anywhere." Master Daichi slowly opened his eyes and smiled gently. "Come, sit with me," the master said. "There is no need to explain further. The river will show you what you seek." As they sat by the river, the water flowed steadily, almost as if it were alive. "What do you see in the river?" asked Master Daichi. Ryota looked into the clear water, his gaze softening. "I see calmness," Ryota replied, feeling for the first time in a long while that the peace he had been longing for was within reach. The river, with its gentle current, seemed to mirror his inner longing. Master Daichi nodded. "It is still now, but watch closely." Master Daichi slowly picked up a small stick and dipped it into the water. He moved it gently, causing ripples to spread outward. "Now what do you see?" he asked. Ryota watched the ripples disrupt the water's smooth surface. "I see the calm disturbed," he said, noticing how the once still river had changed. "Yes," Master Daichi replied, "just as your thoughts disturb the calm of your mind. But notice how the river returns to stillness. Your mind, like this river, is disturbed by your worries and fears," Master Daichi continued. "But just as the river returns to calm, so too can your mind. Let go of the thoughts that disturb you." Ryota looked at the water, then at the master, feeling a sense of relief. "But how do I let go of the worries?" Ryota asked, his voice tinged with doubt. "You must stop holding on to them," said the master, his voice soft but firm. "Let them go, and the peace will return." Master Daichi stood up and pointed to a large stone beside the river. "Pick it up, Ryota," he said. Ryota bent down, straining to lift the heavy stone, his muscles tightening. "It's too heavy," he said, his voice frustrated. Master Daichi smiled gently. "Exactly," he said. "This stone is like your worries. When you carry them, they weigh you down. You cannot move freely under their weight." Ryota stood, still holding the stone. "But how do I let them go?" "Now, let the stone go," Master Daichi instructed. Ryota hesitated, his hand still clutching the stone, but then he slowly set it down on the ground. A wave of relief washed over him, as if a great burden had been lifted. "Do you feel the difference?" the master asked. Ryota nodded. "It's lighter," he said, surprised at how much easier it was to move without the stone. "Your worries are like this stone," the master explained. "When you carry them, they weigh you down. Let go, and the peace will come." Master Daichi reached down and picked up a delicate leaf from the ground. "Hold this leaf tightly," he instructed. Ryota held the leaf, his fingers pressing hard into it. "How does it feel?" asked the master. Ryota's hand tightened around the leaf, and he felt a growing discomfort. "It's tense," Ryota replied. "Now, let go of the leaf," the master said. Ryota opened his hand slowly, and the leaf fluttered gently to the ground. "Do you see?" Master Daichi asked. "When you cling, there is tension. When you release, there is peace." "What about the storms of life?" Ryota asked, his voice filled with uncertainty. "How do I deal with the chaos that comes when everything seems out of control?" Master Daichi smiled softly. "Storms will come, Ryota. But you do not have to fight them. Sit with them. Let them pass, just as the river flows through storms, always finding calm again." Ryota looked at the master, his expression softening. "And how do I sit with the storm?" he asked. "You breathe," the master replied. "You observe. And you trust the storm will end." Ryota sat in silence, reflecting on Master Daichi's words. As the rain softened and the clouds parted, the river began to return to its steady flow. "I understand now," Ryota said softly. "It's not about stopping the storm. It's about letting it pass." Master Daichi nodded. "Yes. And when you are ready, you will walk back to the village, lighter than before." Ryota stood, a peaceful smile on his face. "Thank you, Master," he said, bowing deeply. He felt as though a great weight had been lifted, his mind clear and his heart calm.